our progress as we move forward. During Mental Health Awareness Month, we've been shining a light on various aspects of mental health and mental health services here in Long Beach. Today, we continue highlighting mental health. I'm joined by Hannah Stribling, a mental health coordinator at our health department. Hannah's going to give us an update on the recently launched evening mental health therapy programming to people experiencing homelessness. Now, on to today's topic. We're offering evening mental health therapy sessions for people experiencing homelessness, including those who are unsheltered and those staying in our shelters and our interim housing sites. So, Hannah, can you share with us a little bit more about the program and what you do?
Thank you, Mayor Richardson. I'm really happy to be here today.
Yeah.
I'm the Homeless Services Bureau Mental Health Coordinator. I've been working at the health department for about 7 years and with the Homeless Bureau specifically for a little over 2 years. As the mental health coordinator, I support people experiencing homelessness who may be sheltered, unsheltered, or accessing the multi-service center. This can include providing in-person brief intervention therapy at the MSC or over the phone, connecting folks to long-term, ongoing mental health support in the community, and coordinating with Long Beach's mental health partners. Additionally, I work to support the amazing staff who work in the Homeless Services Bureau. This work can be really tough and takes a lot of heart, so I want to make sure the team is getting the support that they need so that they can continue to show up for our community every day.
So I've been asking and pushing for increased mental health support for some time. Even since I was a council member, I think we need a more robust infrastructure around mental health support on the city level. Can you speak a little bit about some of those efforts, the services we're providing right now, and the need that you see as the mental health coordinator?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Mayor, for continuing to raise the importance of access to mental health services in our community. You may have heard that the MSC sees approximately 200 visitors each day.
That's right.
Accessing a variety of services, including case management, showers, mail, meals and clothing, and mental health services. When I started working with homeless services a few years ago in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, I realized very quickly that the demand for mental health support was so high and that there are barriers for people experiencing homelessness to access mental health services in the community. According to the most recent point-in-time count that we hold every year, 34.7% of unsheltered people experiencing homelessness reported having a serious mental illness. Mm-hmm. During the pandemic, many community mental health partners and organizations transitioned to telehealth services using video conferencing. That was to help keep people safe from COVID-19. But the trouble is that access to technology is not as readily available to people experiencing homelessness, and those who found access to a smartphone or a computer were often met with long wait lists. So the MSC launched in-person low-barrier mental health hours in April of 2022, where we offer on-site, walk-in, and appointment-based therapy slots for participants wishing to meet with a licensed or associate mental health clinician. The response was so positive that we quickly realized more mental health services were needed to meet the demand. That's where evening mental health hours come in. We have now expanded Homeless Services mental health services to provide evening telephone mental health appointments for those who may have trouble making it into the MSC.
That makes a whole lot of sense. When we went to telehealth, that created more barriers, more gaps. That makes a whole lot of sense, and now we're making up for that now and trying to get people back on track. It's great that we're providing those services and that we have identified a gap and that we're working to fill that gap. Can you tell me what the after-hours mental health therapy program entails? What does it look like?
Yeah, absolutely. Our team is excited to be able to provide this much-needed service. We've begun offering evening mental health therapy appointments for people experiencing unsheltered homelessness and those staying in our congregate or non-congregate shelters in Long Beach. This new program includes scheduled 45-minute phone therapy sessions with licensed and associate mental health clinicians, and they're available every weekday evening from 6 to 9 p.m. The program is currently staffed by clinicians in the Homeless Services Bureau who are working overtime to make this resource available to the community. People experiencing homelessness in Long Beach can either self-refer by signing up for a screening appointment at www.bit.ly/mental health evenings LB. Participants can also be referred directly through their homeless services case manager or outreach worker. This is an invaluable service, as experiencing homelessness can be very traumatic. We know that many of our unhoused community members have experienced really difficult things in their past that might be impacting their current ability to thrive. As a mental health professional, I truly believe it's so important to have a safe space for people to process their emotions and their experiences. And while I'm talking about therapy, I just want to add that the goal of brief intervention therapy is really to meet the client where they're at and support them on their journey of healing. But the program is not meant to be a long-term solution. It's meant to act as a stopgap until we can successfully link participants to the most appropriate level of care in the community. Lastly, if someone is actively having a mental health crisis or is having thoughts of hurting themselves or hurting someone else, please dial 988 for immediate crisis support.
So thanks so much for that update. And it sounds like this is a really good program that we're offering. 45 minutes, that's substantial. So thank you for that. And I just wanted to just ask you a question. So you've been doing this for 7 years, you said? You've been with the city 7 years, you've been doing this for how many years?
Yeah, I've been with Homeless Services a little over 2 years.
Okay. And what got you on this pathway in your career?
Yeah, so
how'd you come to find yourself doing this work?
I went to Cal State Long Beach, where I got my master's in social work.
Nice.
At first, my first internship was with Mental Health America here in Long Beach.
Nice.
And my second internship was here with the city on the violence prevention team. I really loved seeing how the macro work can impact the micro work on a real community level. So from there, I was hired on with the city. I was so grateful for that. I love being a public servant. And I've been with the health department for the past 7 years, leading up their trauma and resiliency informed systems work. And then now here with Homeless Services. So I'm really just very passionate about creating spaces that promote healing.
And I think it's great that we have that partnership with Long Beach State and these career pathways, and we're going to continue to invest in these public service pathways, because if folks are going to school right here in our community, getting hands-on integrated educational experience in our community, then they can build careers doing what they love and serving the community they live in. So I just think that's special. But back to the topic. So are you able to share a little bit about the impact that you're making through this program?
Yeah, the program just launched a few weeks ago, but I can share. I do want to make sure that we're fully respecting the confidentiality of the people utilizing these services. But what I can share is that we have received a very positive response to this new program. Last week, someone received a text alert from the city of Long Beach and signed up for a screening appointment. They were someone who has been connected with services with us a long time ago, but hadn't engaged in quite some time. Seeing that the city was offering mental health support that they could access gave them some motivation to reconnect with us on their housing journey. And they've told our clinician that they really appreciate having this space.
Well, that's great to hear. And it might be the small things, the small interventions. Like we enrolled in text alerts a few weeks ago, and people said, why are you texting individuals experiencing homelessness that may not have phones? Well, a lot of individuals do have phones, and you are meeting them where they are, like you said earlier, right? And so thank you so much for coming here today and sharing this important information about our new after-hours mental health therapy program. I've had the honor of talking with many folks in our homeless services programs, and I know that they put their heart and their souls into this work every day. And if you see someone who's in urgent need of mental health services and experience a mental health crisis, call 988. There's a lot of suffering out there. I know that it can feel overwhelming, but making a difference happens one person at a time. Everyone can make a difference. Moving forward, our next donation drive-through, that's a way that you can make a difference to help people experiencing homelessness. It's coming up this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The drive-through event will be at the Long Beach Health Department, which is located at 2525 Grand Avenue. Right now, we're especially in need of items for hygiene kits and socks. So if you have hygiene kits, socks, or you want to put something together, help us out, make a donation. So thanks again for joining us. And now we'll proceed with interpretation in Spanish and Khmer. Thanks a lot.
Buenos días a todos. Gracias por acompañarnos para nuestra transmisión en vivo semanal, donde brindamos actualizaciones sobre nuestra emergencia para personas sin hogar. Durante el mes de concientización sobre la salud mental, hemos estado sacando a la luz varios aspectos de la salud mental y los servicios de salud mental en Long Beach. Hoy seguimos destacando la salud mental. Acompañando al alcalde Rex Richardson estuvo Hannah Stribling, coordinadora de salud mental del Departamento de Salud. Hannah nos dará una actualización sobre el programa vespertino de terapia de salud mental iniciando recientemente para personas sin hogar. Ahora ofrecemos sesiones vespertinas de terapia de salud mental para personas sin hogar, incluidas aquellas que no tienen refugio y las que se quedan en nuestros refugios o sitios de vivienda provisional. Es posible que haya escuchado que el MSC recibe aproximadamente 200 visitas cada día, accediendo a una variedad de servicios que incluyen administración de casos, regaderas, correo, comida y ropa y servicios de salud mental. Según el conteo en el momento o point in time count más reciente, el 34.7% personas de las personas sin hogar y sin refugio informaron que tenían una enfermedad mental grave. Durante la pandemia, muchas organizaciones comunitarias de salud mental hicieron la transición a los servicios de telesalud mediante videoconferencias para ayudar a mantener a las personas a salvo de COVID-19. El problema es que el acceso a la tecnología no es tan fácilmente disponible para las personas sin hogar y aquellos que encontraron acceso a un teléfono inteligente o una computadora se encontraron con largas listas de espera. El MSC inició un horario de salud mental presencial de baja barrera en abril de 2022, donde ofrecemos espacios de terapia en el lugar, sin cita previa y con cita previa para partícipes que deseen reunirse con un médico de salud mental asociado o con licencia. La respuesta fue tan positiva que rápidamente nos dimos cuenta de que se necesitaban más servicios de salud mental para poder satisfacer la demanda. Ahí es donde entran las horas de salud mental vespertinas. Ahora hemos empleado los servicios de salud mental para personas sin hogar para proporcionar citas telefónicas de salud mental vespertinas para aquellos que pueden tener problemas para llegar al MSC. Hemos comenzado a ofrecer citas vespertinas de terapia de salud mental para personas sin hogar y sin refugio y para quienes se alojan en refugios colectivos o no colectivos en Long Beach. Este nuevo programa incluye sesiones programadas de terapia telefónica de 45 minutos con médicos de salud mental certificados y asociados, disponibles por la noche de lunes a viernes de 6 a 9 de la tarde. Actualmente, el programa cuenta con médicos clínicos en la Oficina de Servicios para Personas sin Hogar que trabajan horas extra para que este recurso esté disponible para la comunidad. Las personas sin hogar en Long Beach pueden autorremitirse inscribiéndose para una cita de evaluación en www.bit.ly/Mental Health Evenings LB. Los partícipes también pueden ser referidos directamente a través de su gestor de casos de servicios para personas sin hogar o a través de un trabajador social. Este es un servicio invaluable, ya que la falta de vivienda puede ser muy traumático y sabemos que muchos de los miembros de nuestra comunidad sin hogar han pasado por cosas realmente difíciles en el pasado que pueden estar afectando su capacidad actual para prosperar. Y mientras hablo de la terapia, solo quería agregar que el objetivo de la intervención breve y la terapia es realmente conocer al cliente dónde se encuentra y apoyarlo en su viaje de curación. Pero este programa no está destinado a ser una solución a largo plazo. Está destinado a actuar como un recurso provisional hasta que podamos vincular con éxito a los participantes con el nivel de atención más adecuado en la comunidad. Por último, si alguien está teniendo una crisis de salud mental o está pensando en lastimarse a sí mismo o a otra persona, llame al 988 para recibir apoyo inmediato en caso de crisis. Hemos recibido una respuesta muy positiva a este nuevo programa. La semana pasada, alguien recibió la alerta de texto de la ciudad de Long Beach y se registró para una cita de evaluación. Era alguien que había estado conectado con los servicios hace mucho tiempo, pero que no se había conectado con nosotros durante bastante tiempo. Ver que la ciudad estaba ofreciendo apoyo de salud mental al que podían acceder los motivó a volver a conectarse con nosotros en su viaje de vivienda. Y le dijeron a nuestro médico que realmente aprecian tener este espacio. Hemos tenido el honor de hablar con muchas de las personas de servicios para personas sin hogar y sabemos que ponen su corazón y el alma en este trabajo todos los días. Y si ve a alguien que necesita urgentemente servicios de salud mental y está pasando por una crisis de salud mental, llame al 988. Hay mucho sufrimiento y sé que puede ser abrumador, pero marcar la diferencia sucede una persona a la vez. Todos pueden marcar la diferencia. Nuestro próximo servicio de donación para ayudar a las personas sin hogar se realizará este sábado de 9 de la mañana a 1 de la tarde. El evento de autoservicio será en el Departamento de Salud de Long Beach, que está ubicado en el 2525 Grand Avenue. En este momento tenemos una necesidad especial de artículos para kits de higiene y de calcetines. Gracias por acompañarnos.
Aron Susday, Net Tangoknia, Akun Samrapka Chorum, Jimoy Young, Samrakap Sapsai, Pracham Sapadar Boyung, Dalchia Conline, Dayung Padal Pormin, Ampi, Pip Asan, the Pip Mip Tessamai, Boyung. Kanong Kamlong Penica, Kai Jordan Ampi Soccer Pip Lojet, Young Man Plu Ampi the Pip same saying, Naisiva Cam Soccer Pip Lojet, Nang Soccer Pip Lojet, no tea Krong Long Bait. Tangani Young Mantorum Lake, Ampi Soccer Pip Lojet. อภิบาลกรง Rex Richardson បានចូលរួមដោយ Hannah Stripling អ្នកសម្របសម្រួលកម្មវិធីសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តនៅនាយកដ្ឋានសុខភាព Hannah នឹងផ្ដល់ឲ្យយើងនូវព័ត៌មានថ្មីៗអំពីកម្មវិធីព្យាបាលសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តពេលល្ងាចដែលទើបនឹងដាក់ឲ្យដំណើរការដល់មនុស្សដែលគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងឥឡូវនេះយើងកំពុងផ្ដល់ជូននូវវគ្គព្យាបាលសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តពេលល្ងាចសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលជួបប្រទះគ្មានភាពផ្ទះសម្បែង រួមទាំងអ្នកដែលគ្មានទីជម្រកនិងអ្នកដែលស្នាក់នៅក្នុងទីជម្រករបស់យើងឬកន្លែងស្នាក់នៅបណ្ដោះអាសន្នអ្នកប្រហែលជាធ្លាប់ឮហើយថា MAC ឃើញអ្នកមកទស្សនាប្រហែល200អ្នកក្នុងមួយថ្ងៃដោយផ្ដល់សេវាកម្មជាច្រើនរួមមានការគ្រប់គ្រងករណីផ្ដល់នូវការកន្លែងងូតទឹកផ្ដល់នូវសម្បត្តិផ្ដល់នូវអាហារនិងកន្លែងស្លៀកពាក់និងសេវាសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្ត យោងតាមការរាប់តាមពេលវេលាក្នុងពេលចុងក្រោយ 34% នៃមនុស្សដែលគ្មានទីជម្រកបានរាយការណ៍មកថាមានជំងឺសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តធ្ងន់ធ្ងរក្នុងអំឡុងពេលជំងឺរាតត្បាតអង្គការសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តសហគមន៍ជាច្រើនបានបដូរទៅជាសេវាកម្មតាមទូរស័ព្ទដោយប្រើការប្រជុំតាមវីដេអូដើម្បីរក្សាមនុស្សឲ្យមានសុវត្ថិភាពផ្លូវចិត្តឆ្ងាយจากពីជំងឺ COVID-19 បញ្ហាគឺថាការទទួលបានបច្ចេកវិទ្យាគឺមិនងាយស្រួលសម្រាប់មនុស្សដែលជួបប្រទះភាពគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងទេ ហើយអ្នកដែលបានទទួលសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តឬកុំព្យូទ័រនោះត្រូវរងចាំក្នុងរយៈពេលយ៉ាងយូរ MIC បានបើកដំណើរការម៉ោងសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តដែលមានឧបសគ្គយ៉ាងទាបដោយផ្ទាល់នៅក្នុងខែមេសាឆ្នាំ 2022 ដែលជាកន្លែងដែលយើងផ្ដល់នៅកន្លែងព្យាបាលតាមទីតាំងការដើរបញ្ចូលនិងការណាត់ជួបសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលចូលរួមជាមួយនឹងការព្យាបាលផ្នែកសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តដែលមានអាជ្ញាប័ណ្ណឬក៏ជាសហការីរបស់អាជ្ញាប័ណ្ណនោះការឆ្លើយតបជាវិជ្ជមានដែលធ្វើឲ្យយើងដឹងយ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័សថាសេវាសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តគឺត្រូវការជាចាំបាច់ដើម្បីបំពេញតាមតម្រូវការនោះហើយគឺជាកន្លែងដែលយើងផ្ដល់សុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តនៅពេលល្ងាចតែចូលមកដល់គឺដើម្បីផ្ដល់សេវាឥឡូវនេះយើងបានពង្រីកសេវាសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តជូនដល់ប្រជាពលរដ្ឋដែលគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងដើម្បីផ្ដល់ការណាត់ជួបសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តតាមទូរស័ព្ទពេលល្ងាចដល់អ្នកដែលមានបញ្ហាក្នុងការបញ្ជូនទៅកាន់ MSC យើងបានចាប់ផ្ដើមផ្ដល់ការណាត់ជួបព្យាបាលសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តពេលល្ងាចសម្រាប់អ្នកដែលមានការជួបប្រទះផ្លូវចិត្តដែលជាជនអនាថាដែលគ្មានទីជម្រកគ្មានទីស្នាក់នៅឬមានជម្រកនៅក្នុងសហគមន៍ឬមិនមែនជាកន្លែងប្រមូលផ្ដុំនៅក្នុងទីក្រុង Long Beach កម្មវិធីនេះរួមបញ្ចូលទាំងវគ្គព្យាបាលតាមទូរស័ព្ទដែលមានរយៈពេល45នាទីដែលបានកំណត់ជាមួយគ្រូពេទ្យផ្នែកសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តដែលមានអាជ្ញាប័ណ្ណឬក៏សហការីដែលអាចបម្រើសេវាកម្មល្ងាចនៃថ្ងៃធ្វើការចាប់ពីម៉ោង6ដល់ម៉ោង9យប់បច្ចុប្បន្នកម្មវិធីនេះត្រូវបានដាក់ឲ្យមានបុគ្គលិកគ្រូពេទ្យនៅក្នុងការិយាល័យសេវាកម្មគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងដែលកំពុងបម្រើការបន្ថែមម៉ោងឲ្យធនធាននេះសម្រាប់សហគមន៍អ្នកដែលមានជួបប្រទះភាពគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងនៅទីក្រុង Long Beach អាចបញ្ជូនខ្លួនឯងបានដោយការចុះឈ្មោះសម្រាប់ការណាត់ជួបនៅ www.bit.ly/mentalhealthevening.l.b អ្នកចូលរួមក៏អាចបញ្ជូនដោយផ្ទាល់តាមរយៈការគ្រប់គ្រងករណីផ្ទះសម្បែងឬបុគ្គលិកផ្សព្វផ្សាយនេះគឺជាសេវាកម្មដែលមិនអាចកាត់ថ្លៃបានដោយសារការជួបប្រទះគ្មានភាពសម្បែងអាចប៉ះទង្គិចផ្លូវចិត្តជាខ្លាំងដែលយើងដឹងថាសមាជិកសហគមន៍ដែលគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងរបស់យើងជាច្រើនបានជួបប្រទះនឹងរឿងដ៏លំបាកសម្រាប់ជីវិតពួកគេដែលអាចជះឥទ្ធិពលដល់សមត្ថភាពក្នុងការរីកចម្រើនដល់ជីវិតរបស់ពួកគេទាំងឡាយហើយខណៈពេលដែលខ្ញុំកំពុងនិយាយអំពីការព្យាបាលខ្ញុំគ្រាន់តែចង់បន្ថែមថាគោលដៅនៃការធ្វើអន្តរាគមន៍និងការព្យាបាលរយៈពេលខ្លីគឺពិតជាមានដើម្បីជួយអតិថិជននៅកន្លែងដែលពួកគេរស់នៅនិងព្យាបាលគ្រប់គ្រងដល់ពួកគេក្នុងដំណើរការនៅក្នុងជីវិតរបស់ពួកគេប៉ុន្តែកម្មវិធីនេះមិនមែនជាកម្មវិធីដោះស្រាយសម្រាប់រយៈពេលវែងនោះឡើយវាមានគោលបំណងធ្វើសកម្មភាពជាច្រើនក្នុងការជួយរកកន្លែងខ្វះចន្លោះរហូតដល់តែយើងអាចភ្ជាប់អ្នកដែលចូលរួមទៅកាន់សេវាដោយជោគជ័យនិងកម្រិតនៃការថែទាំសមស្របបំផុតរបស់សហគមន៍របស់ពួកគេជាចុងក្រោយប្រសិនបើនរណាម្នាក់កំពុងមានវិបត្តិផ្លូវចិត្តយ៉ាងធ្ងន់ធ្ងរឬមានគំនិតចង់ធ្វើបាបខ្លួនឯងឬអ្នកដទៃសូមទូរស័ព្ទទៅលេខ988សម្រាប់ជំនួយសង្គ្រោះបន្ទាន់យើងបានទទួលការឆ្លើយតបជាវិជ្ជមានយ៉ាងខ្លាំងចំពោះកម្មវិធីថ្មីនេះកាលពីសប្តាហ៍មុនយើងមានមនុស្សមួយចំនួនបានទទួលការជូនដំណឹងជាសារអក្សរពីទីក្រុង Long Beach ហើយបានចុះឈ្មោះសម្រាប់ការណាត់ជួបដើម្បីមកពិនិត្យពួកគេជាអ្នកដែលអាចភ្ជាប់ជាមួយសេវាកម្មយូរមកហើយមិនបានទំនាក់ទំនងជាមួយយើងអស់មួយរយៈពេលដោយមើលឃើញថាទីក្រុងកំពុងផ្ដល់ជំនួយផ្នែកសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តអ្នកដែលគេអាចចូលប្រើបានគឺមានការផ្ដល់ការលើកទឹកចិត្តខ្លះៗដើម្បីភ្ជាប់ទំនាក់ទំនងជាមួយយើងឡើងវិញក្នុងមាគ៌ាឲ្យមានការធ្វើដំណើរឆ្ពោះទៅរកលំនៅឋានរបស់គេហើយពួកគេបានប្រាប់គ្រូពេទ្យរបស់យើងថាពួកគេពិតជាពេញចិត្តណាស់នៅក្នុងការដែលមានកន្លែងទាំងអស់នេះសម្រាប់ព្យាបាលដល់ពួកគេយើងមានកិត្តិយសក្នុងការនិយាយទៅកាន់មនុស្សជាច្រើននៅក្នុងសេវាកម្មគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងយើងដឹងថាពួកគេបានដកនៅក្នុងដួងចិត្តនិងព្រលឹងរបស់គេទៅក្នុងការងារនេះជារៀងរាល់ថ្ងៃហើយប្រសិនបើអ្នករកឃើញនរណាម្នាក់ដែលត្រូវការសេវាកម្មសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តជាបន្ទាន់និងកន្លែងឬក៏ជួបប្រទះនឹងវិបត្តិសុខភាពផ្លូវចិត្តសូមទូរស័ព្ទទៅលេខ988 មានការរងទុក្ខជាច្រើននៅទីនេះហើយខ្ញុំដឹងថាវាជាអារម្មណ៍ដែលលើសជាទីបំផុតប៉ុន្តែការធ្វើឲ្យមានភាពខុសប្លែកគ្នាគឺការឡើងចំពោះម្នាក់នឹងជួយពួកគេបានក្នុងពេលម្ដងតែម្នាក់តែប៉ុណ្ណោះមនុស្សគ្រប់រូបអាចបង្កើតធ្វើឲ្យមានភាពខុសគ្នាការបរិច្ចាគរបស់យើងក្នុងការជួយដល់ប្រជាពលរដ្ឋគ្មានផ្ទះសម្បែងគឺនឹងរៀបចំធ្វើនៅថ្ងៃសៅរ៍នេះចាប់ពីម៉ោង 9 ព្រឹកដល់ម៉ោង 1 រសៀលព្រឹត្តិការណ៍ Drive Through របស់យើងនឹងធ្វើឡើងនៅមន្ទីរសុខាភិបាលទីក្រុងឡុងបិចដែលមានទីតាំងនៅ25 នៅ Grand Avenue ឥឡូវនេះជាពិសេសយើងកំពុងត្រូវការរបស់របរសម្រាប់ធ្វើអនាម័យនិងស្រោមជើងសូមអរគុណចំពោះការចូលរួមរបស់អ្នកជាមួយនឹងពួកយើងបាទសូមអរគុណ